We must live together as brothers or perish together as fools. If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. When you stop complaining about others for not helping you and focus on your efforts, there's no stopping you. Behold the power of the truth. When people see its shadow on the wall, they don't want to take the time to look away. But to believe that getting stuff is the purpose and aim of life is madness. If everything was perfect, you would never learn and you would never grow. The day you become old is the day you're not looking for new experiences anymore. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. It is more important to be of pure intention than of perfect action. Think of one thing you can do that will make a big difference in what you are trying to achieve. We believe in ordinary acts of bravery, in the courage that drives one person to stand up for another. Spoon-feeding in the long run teaches us nothing but the shape of the spoon. We are the cosmos made conscious, and life is the means by which the universe understands itself. Better the comfort of a lie than the absurdity of the truth. If we encounter a man of rare intellect, we should ask him what books he reads. Life is a journey that necessitates progress. Keep moving, because each step brings you closer to your goals. Failing in life cannot be avoided, but you can always learn from your failure and make a better decision next time. I will no longer mutilate and destroy myself in order to find a secret behind the ruins. Give me the facts and I will determine my own truths. Death is so terribly final, while life is full of possibilities. A tiny change today brings a dramatically different tomorrow. What cannot be said above all must not be silenced but written. The lessons of life amount not to wisdom, but to scar tissue and callus. For every dilemma, find at least 3 or 4 possible solutions. The creative process leads to better results. When we begin to live like wildflowers, we put so much of our hearts into blossoming even in the most hostile surroundings. Great leadership is always coupled with the mindset, motivation, and momentum of great service. When you have power and use it for destructive purpose, you don't deserve it. I prefer for my world to have the highest certification of being a faithful representation of the exterior world. More powerful than the mighty armies is an idea whose time has come. Luck is a matter of preparation meeting opportunity. Time is precious, but truth is more precious than time. Every day is a bank account, and time is our currency. No one is rich, no one is poor. We've got 24 hours each. I am serving the purpose for which I was designed, therefore I am satisfied with my existence. Your highest thoughts sometimes arise in your lowest moments. Don't be discouraged if your effort does not yield desirable result. Good thing take time. He who has a why to live for can bear almost anyhow. If a man will begin with certainties, he shall end in doubts. But if he will be content to begin with doubts, he shall end in certainties. All shall be done, but it may be harder than you think. Never force yourself on people. Never complain after missing an invitation. Never whine when they take you for granted. A life isn't measured in hours and minutes. It's the quality, not the length. Your future is in direct proportion to what you do in the present. Grace doesn't depend on suffering to exist, but where there is suffering you will find grace in many facets and colors. Faith in Quranic revelation unveils all the possibilities that lie before the human intellect. Dead yesterdays and unborn tomorrows, why fret about it, if today be sweet? Positive expectations are the mark of the superior personality. There are times I wish I were invisible, which is silly, since I do everything I can to stand out. Keep the fight in your veins, honey. Never let it fade. There is but one true philosophical problem, and that is suicide. We get swallowed up by the illusion that unless we can find a place to belong, we are going to be all alone in the world. Some things in life are too complicated to explain in any language. It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. You can't always win in life, but you can always have a mind that every loss is not a defeat. I must be willing to give up what I am in order to become what I will be. Just because people run after you doesn't mean they can't stay away from you. Don't take anyone for granted. What the mind can conceive and believe, and the heart desire, you can achieve. Never let your sense of morals prevent you from doing what is right. A book is someone's story. Treat it carefully, look at it closely. Your rebel soul shines like a diamond pulled from dust, bright, clear, and flawless. Grief, no matter how you try to cater to its wail, has a way of fading away. Don't chase. Elevate your game and be someone worth chasing after. Do not let your grand ambitions stand in the way of small but meaningful accomplishments. Focus on your goals, not your fear. Focus like a laser beam on your goals. We may be living past and future lives at the same time we are living this one. A real scientist solves problems, not wails that they are unsolvable. In order to write the book you want to write, in the end you have to become the person you need to become to write that book. It is important that we forgive ourselves for making mistakes. We need to learn from our errors and move on. The only thing that can grow is the thing you give energy to. It was like when you ripped a piece of paper into two. No matter how you tried, the seams never fit exactly right again. Our business in life is not to succeed, but to continue to fail in good spirits. The safest general characterization of the European philosophical tradition is that it consists of a series of footnotes to Plato. Don't be afraid of failure. This is the way to succeed. Life doesn't imitate art, it imitates bad television. A flower does not use words to announce its arrival to the world. It just blooms. No new horror can be more terrible than the daily torture of the commonplace. Those who make conversations impossible make escalation inevitable. The journey is what brings us happiness, not the destination. Art is the social antithesis of society, not directly deducible from it. The secret of Buddhism is to remove all ideas, all concepts, in order for the truth to have a chance to penetrate, to reveal itself. I have no idea of eternity, but I think kindness keeps the spirit young. I am thus asking you to be kind and feel it for yourself. Most of us try to do too much because we are secretly afraid we will not be able to do anything at all. People often claim to hunger for truth, but seldom like the taste when it's served up. Prepare yourself for success. You have to see it coming to get there. When you use your energy and resources to punish people, you run out of energy and resources to protect people. Never let your past mistakes cause you to doubt your future. Be bold. Don't be shy to say no to the future you don't like. I ask not for any crown, but that which all may win, nor try to conquer any world except the one within. All resistance is a rupture with what is, and every rupture begins, for those engaged in it, through a rupture with oneself. The smallest act of kindness makes you more beautiful than any expensive dress or makeup. Occasionally he stumbled over the truth, but hastily picked himself up and hurried on as if nothing had happened. If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one. Courage is living by the free will that one creates for themselves, not the life of monotony determined by another. In order to move on, you must understand why you felt what you did and why you no longer need to feel it. It is not by believing, but by doubting that one can attain to the truth. which is ever-changing form and condition. Art is the act of triggering deep memories of what it means to be fully human. Life would be infinitely happier if we could only be born at the age of 80 and gradually approach 18. In good company, one must never want to be entirely and solely right, which is what all pure logic wants. You are, after all, what you think. Your emotions are the slaves to your thoughts, and you are the slave to your emotions. People only lie because they are afraid of the truth. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing.